Hi, this is Leah Myers of Myers Design Studio, and today we're going to give this Singer 301 a little love. We're going to replace the felt pad, we're going to clean the outside, and we're going to wax the outside. And anyway, this is the episode of replacing the felt pad plus a little more. All right, let's get going. All right, I've positioned myself so that the pad is in front of the camera, and I have a plastic scraper that I use for painting and whatnot. I wanted to use plastic because I didn't want to mar the surface of the pad, and I've unscrewed. There's a screw right here. Oops. And I will move this over here. There's a screw right here, and this is the knob. It's like in the shape of a knob, but it has threads inside that screws on top of this. And this is on a metal plate. The felt that I'm replacing is on a metal plate. And for the most part, this is super old. You know, the felt on this thing. So it shouldn't take much to get it off. And I see that it is held in by these little, I don't know what they're called. I'm going to turn it around and scrape the other side. Most of it should just come right off, but I want it to come off as clean as possible. So I have this little scraper thing. And it really is an old felt, so it should just come right off. And it did. Absolutely. And there's just a couple places where it tore. That's fine. And it really, really is an old felt. It really smells like old grease, and want to get rid of it. And now, before I stick on the new one, I have to get all of this residue off of the bottom plate. And I'm going to scrape it first with this little plastic scraper and wipe off the old glue on a towel. See, that's what it's awful. So move this stuff around, and I'm just gonna lightly scrape and make sure I have the pointy down side down, and scrape off all of the old glue that I can, and parts of the felt that didn't come off. And clean this up. And it may require a solvent. I thought that I would use a heavy-duty degreaser to see if that would help clean this up. And basically, but this really looks like it's kind of old glue. And it might require like an acetone maybe. I'd hate to put acetone on here. This degreaser method degreaser is really gentle, but it works really well. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and keep cleaning this part off, because if I don't, my new felt will not stick on here. So I'm going to keep cleaning this, and I'll come back when I get this finished, and we'll put the new felt pad on. Okay, this is as clean as I could get it. It's really free of most of the glue. You can even tell where they, so I'm drying it off. I rinsed it off, and I'm still drying it. You can even tell where they brushed it on, the glue. You can see the paint. There's like a paintbrush marks. So it took a combination of heat, hot water, which was the heat, and scrubbing with a nonstick pad and acetone. Because the acetone is the only thing that would get through to the glue. And I got all the glue off of the flat surfaces here. There's still some glue residue, if you can see, inside the channels. And that's I'm not really worried about that because this new felt pad will not be sticking to this the channels inside there, but it's clean. And now I need to position it to put the new felt. And I got this at the Featherweight Sewing Featherweight shop.com, and it's got a sticky back thing, and it takes a little bit to get it off. I'll find a place where I started it if I can, because it has a sticky, it's a big sticker like that. So I'm going to undo the sticker part, and I'm carefully going to position it right where it's supposed to be, hopefully. I get one shot at this, sort of, and I need to be careful. So, probably, ooh, this is a little nerve-wracking. All right. There we go. That looks good to me. Let's put that in place. I got a little bit of a wrinkle there, but I'm gonna press it out with my finger. There we go. And that looks good. The new felt's on. Let's see, move this up a little bit. So I got the new felt on, and it's adhering really well. And that's what you want to do. Get as much glue off. It's kind of got a wrinkle there. That's okay. I want to make sure it's going to get back onto this part. So now it doesn't smell anymore, and it freshens up the machine. See if I've got that the right way. Nope. Put it on the right way. I've got a new felt on there. And it took a bit of work to get a lot of that glue off, but I couldn't get a lot of the glue out of the channels. And it has a felt here, and that does not stink. That smells pretty good. And you can replace those little circles, little felt circles, and then you put that on the screw, and then you tighten it. Yep, tighten it till it sits nice and perfect there. And that's it. I replaced the felt. That was pretty easy. The only thing is a lot of elbow grease, getting that glue off of the backs or the underside of this, but the felt came off pretty easy. Okay, now for the next step to refresh this machine. I've already changed out the felt pad, and now I'm going to kind of spruce up the outside, clean it up a bit. And I bought the featherweightshop.com's kit. I'll open it up. I haven't opened it yet. It comes with a retro clean, a little microfiber cloth, which is very cute. I like the color. It comes with a light so that you can shine any scratches, shine this light on the surface. See any scratches? Wow, I can highlight a lot of things. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's really hard to see, but anyway, it's supposed to help show. And then this is the Retro Shine, which is what I'll be using a lot of. And it says lift for instructions. I'm going to do that because I got to start with the clean. I got to clean this machine. It's got, let me tighten up the shot a little bit. if I can. Let's tighten it up a lot. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Right under here, there's a dark haze of probably just time and dust and grease. And then on the top, there's, again, a lot of kind of dust and grease. I don't know if you can quite see that. It looks real clean, kind of to the eye, but okay, and let me move this down. I can see this real well right here. Right here, it's super dusty. It's because it's been oiled over time and it just needs to be cleaned up. I'm just cleaning up the surface of this machine. So, and I'm cleaning this on a mat so I can Windex it later. I'm not doing this on a featherweight, but the instructions were to go up and down and like this in a small area, back and forth, up and down, small area, so that I can clean the surface, back and forth, up and down. I'm just going to go ahead and do this one panel, back and forth, up and down. I noticed that it doesn't get the staining off, but it cleans the bed really well. And then they said get another cotton cloth, which I have right here, and take it off up and down. Gentle pressure. So I'm just going to continue with this whole thing, and it's not a black featherweight that I'm doing this on, but I am trying to clean this machine. And then they said after you're done with cleaning it off, back and forth, up and down, back and forth, up and down, and after you are done, so I've done this whole bottom part except for this, I haven't done this little bit right here. Let's just make everything even. It's got some stuff on there. And then take it off with another cloth. There we go. And I've done the whole bed now. And they said to take a microfiber cloth and buff it out. It feels real clean. Okay, I'm not going to get dramatic results from this, but it's just nice to have the surface. And I don't know what this light does, but maybe to highlight it highlights some of where the paint has kind of come loose a little bit. But you can get touch-up kits for the paint. Okay, so I've done the whole bed. I'm going to go ahead and continue cleaning the whole top of the machine. Hopefully this retro clean stuff gets some of this grease stuff off. Let me try that right now. The grease line, maybe it won't, maybe it will. And I can't do too much of an up and down motion. I could do tiny little up and down motions. But they said it will clean even, these machines. Back and forth. Let's give this. And it really appears to. Okay, I'm going to try the up and down motion. I can't do too much up and down. I'm going to do the top. It appears to be cleaner. I mean, I'll do the top of the light too. I don't want to get the cleaner in the screw holes. Let's do the front part just to see how this works. So far, I'm pretty happy. Okay, do the top light up and down. Try not to get the cleaner inside those little plates, or the little Singer plate right there. And kind of like waxing a car a bit. So if you've done that. So I've done that. Now I'm taking another cloth. This is cotton. And they said, oops, I didn't do the top part. I got it. Up and down. Motion. And across. And it looks a lot better to me. So use a clean part of this cloth. I guess you just try to get the cleaner as this stage you're getting the cleaner off of the machine. You know, getting it off that so that it when you do the microfiber towel, you don't gunk up your microfiber towel all up. Okay. Yeah. Well, I see less of that dirty line that was there, so I mean it's not completely gone. Now do the microfiber, and that really shines it up. It's not waxed yet. That's the next step, but it's really helping. At least it's taking some of that age off. You know. No circular motions. Up and down. Up and down. Remember? I'm used to waxing my car, I guess. So yeah, this looks a lot better. It used to have this line. I mean, it's still kind of visible, but it's not as bad as it was. And it took that little dark line that was under here. It was really under here that was more visible. So yeah, I totally would use this. Okay, now that I've cleaned this off and I've given it a nice rub with the microfiber cloth, and you can really tell that it's made it very shiny, and a lot of that brown, there's like a brown line, a lot of it has gone away. Not entirely, but it for the most part, you would not know unless you had a real bright light on it. But it's really cleaned up. This is the 301, Singer 301. Now I'm going to start with the shine, and I've got to open up and this is a wax, and they give you a bigger bottle of this because you're going to use it more often. And I need a cotton cloth, which I have here. I'm just using scraps that I've had around. And they say to up and down, back and forth. I'm going to do the top piece right here, the side. And they say to up and down, back and forth. And I'm just going to get in these little crevices too, because it's got some shape to it here. It's really nice about old machines, right? You have, and then they say to let it dry, and I'm going to let that dry. And then while that's dry, I'm going to do this part. They say do a little bit at a time. I'm just going to do sections, like that part, that section. I'm going to do this section next. And the other thing, let me move this back so you can see. The other thing I noticed that when you're sewing, if you find that your cloth is dragging, it means that your finish needs to be a little slicker, and you can wax it. And it will be slicker so it won't stick. And I found that this machine, this is the long bed 301. I'm just going to put some wax on it. And I need another cloth. Let me see. Let me grab this cloth right here. Okay, this is dry. I'm going to preliminary you got to take off the wax with another cloth, not the microfiber. The microfiber is for finishing. And then this waxes and shines it all up. So it's really shiny. And I'm going to wait for that to dry. It's not quite dry. I'm just going to do this in sections. They say a little bit of a section at a time. So let's do one section at a time. Boy, this really is making. Oh my goodness. This is very pretty. I'm just going to film this one part because watching someone wax something, probably not the most. So you want to get off some of the wax with one cotton cloth, and this is a cotton cloth. And then you want to buff it with a microfiber. Boy, I'll put this closer up on the camera so you can see how pretty it is. And you just continue to wax it. I may actually wax this twice since I cleaned the whole thing off. I don't know if that's overkill, probably, but I'm just going to do it. Put one coat of wax and then put one more coat. So that'd be 2 coats. Boy, that looks even better now. And now that is dry. Let me do this one section. And I will take off the wax with the cotton cloth here, just in this one section right here. That cleaner really made the shinier bits of the machine really shine well, and it should. And then take your microfiber, because this is the finishing, just buff it. Nice. Okay, I'm going to continue doing the rest of this machine, and I will show you at the very end what it turned out to be like. Okay, so I finished cleaning this and just polishing the bed so I don't see any more of the wax on the top. And it looks really clean. And I know this isn't going to be as dramatic as a black machine because it'll just look glossier. But now I'm going to get the little foot break things while I do it. And now I took the foot off while I cleaned it. But it really cleaned it up really well. It had these little grease marks, lines in it, and it just, I totally recommend this product. So retro, from the featherweightshop.com. They give you a microfiber cloth, the cleaning stuff, whatever's in it, it's like magic. It really cleaned up the chrome bits. It's made for the painted surfaces, but I waxed it too and polished it just like everything else on this machine, all the painted surfaces. But yeah, it's really, and as I clean off the wax, it really just shines, and it's a smoother surface for fabric to slip on. So when I'm sewing, there's no more grabbing, because that will happen. The paint just the finish gets really worn, and you'll start to have like it won't feed through evenly because the fabric gets stuck on the finish. And it isn't a featherweight, but it's a 301. They said it would work on any machine that has a painted surface like this. But anyway, it did a really great job. I totally recommend this product. I'm gonna put my little pink felts back on, and I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.